So I first want to start discussing the postpartum breast. Typically, this is part of a package that I developed originally and trademarked called Makeover for Moms. What this breast looks like is kind of a deflated balloon. And the reason it looks this way is because after you've breastfed, the breast tissue shrinks and the skin has been stretched out. The way to repair this, therefore, is a two-pronged approach where we add volume in the form of an implant and do a breast lift which removes the excess skin. The size of the implant and the amount of lift is really dependent on how much involution you have, what the breast looks like, how saggy it is, and other factors that are involved. The breast lift can be minimally just an incision around the nipple and then various vertical components added to it depending on how much lift we need and how much we need to change the shape of the breast. The second type of breast lift I want to talk about is the patient who simply has saggy breasts. They've never had children, but they don't like the way their breasts look. They want them perky and they want them to basically just look prettier. This type of patient doesn't necessarily have too much skin or not enough breast tissue. Their breasts are just the wrong shape. So in order to do a breast lift on this patient, we simply need to reposition the nipple and reconfigure the breast so that it looks more natural and perky, is the best way to say it. Typically, to do this, we need to use what I would call a vertical scar mastopexy. A lot of breast lifts use the anchor scar or the upside down T scar. This includes a scar in the fold, and the problem with this is that it uses the skin only to lift the breast up, and the skin doesn't have a lot of structure. Also, it results in a long scar in the fold, which can be very unsightly. I prefer to use the vertical scar, which actually rearranges the breast architecture to give the more conical, perky look. It's more long-lasting, and it also avoids that long scar in the fold. I think it's the best way to do breast lifts in this day and age. The third type of breast lift that we're talking about is one for the constricted fold or tubular breast. This type of breast deformity is very difficult to deal with and usually requires at least a lift around the nipple and an implant. But because the breasts are so misshapen, oftentimes we want to do the breast lift first and then come back and put in the implant. Whether or not you'll need a two-stage procedure or a single-stage procedure really depends on the severity of the problem.